Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of our interview with Seyi. If you enjoyed the first part, we promise the second part of this interview promises to be exciting as the first part. Happy viewing. In your assessment, would you say obesity is a major crisis in Nigeria? And how are you working with major stakeholders, in the health sector to tackle this healthcare crisis that we're currently faced with? Because I was reading reports that peg Nigeria as number 9 worldwide in terms of the number of percentage of obesity in the adult population. Another one said about 8.9%. So there's all these numbers flying out there. But the reality is we know what we eat, we know the foods that are common in Nigeria, and we know what that means to us, to anybody health-wise. We have a very high level of carbohydrate diets in Nigeria. It is very difficult to, especially people who are struggling to make ends meet. It's very difficult for them to eat healthy. I had a taxi with my last visit home when my father was sick, so I came home. And then I was going to the airport, and the guy driving me, we talked about, when last he was in the hospital, because it's something that he hits you, and then you want everybody around you to be careful. So I asked him, and then he was like, auntie, it's been a while. I haven't, I've been feeling this pain here, and, life is hard. So I started speaking to him about what to eat, to exercise. And just because you're stressed, you're going up and down. Lagos is stressful, doesn't mean that's exercise. To pay attention, and even though you can't afford it, there are other things you can eat that you can afford. But you just don't do. There are other vegetables, maybe increase the vegetable take that you have. There are other things you can afford instead of just eating white bread and eating white rice and just pack with oil. And, so he was like, auntie, you're right. I will tell my wife when I get home. So how important is this, to sit with major stakeholders, to collaborate with them, for your show and other things that you do, other projects? Tell us about that.
All right. Yeah, so to start with, most Nigerians, I need to be sincere with this and blurt about this. We operate on a corrective measure than a preventive measure. It's more like just the same way we do with our cars. It's until when the car stops before we start to pay attention. Meanwhile, the car must have been giving you signals on the dashboard, water levels, radiator, servicing and all of that.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's the same approach most of we Nigerians use when it comes to our health. And I say this a lot. The government is not even helping matters. That's the truth. Most of the drive when it comes to wellness, fitness, health has been individual, private, corporate brand driven. So between 2013 up until now, there's been an amazingly significant growth in awareness. And I'm thankful, and I can boldly say I am one of those pioneering that move and increasing that drive. Now everybody's being watchful of what they eat, so to speak. Exactly. Now, can it be better? Of course, yes. Now, this is where, imagine where we have a sort of partnership with the government, where on radio stations, on TV stations, in public parks, public places, airports, where there are some adverts, there are some, messages. Eat apple a day. Have you had water today? Have you done this? Have you done that? So everybody's seeing it. It's in their eyes. Really? Meanwhile, yes.
And instead of giving people a bag of rice and gari, give them fruits and vegetables.
And another thing is, it's not even all illnesses that are, that you would administer drugs, medications from the doctors. Oftentimes, actually, it's just lifestyle change. Even churches, what are the churches doing? It's not all the time where lay hands on me, do this. Sometimes advise your congregation, eat well, eat healthy, do this, do that. So everybody has a part to play. And I've been screaming, I've been saying this, thankfully, we have corporate brands, who are already, pushing this narrative. So far, so good. I've partnered with, for like 8 years, there's a partner that I've been working with, and they've been doing well to promote that for women, especially, So, and other fintechs companies are beginning to see that, oh, the feedback has been amazing. So obesity, believe you me, Marcelina, in Nigeria is real. It was 8.99%. Trust me, it's going to go higher because everybody's eating junks, especially the kids,
it's
parents.
easy.
It's going to go. Yeah.
You were saying something
what
about
now?
what is the government, sorry to cut you short, what is the government doing about it?
Yeah.
I remember that I remember just the beginning of this year, we attended a parent-teacher meeting in my son's kindergarten, and the state decided to partner with one of the insurance companies. They have mandatory health insurance in Germany, and the idea was healthy eating. It's become a big discussion in Germany. How the restaurants are serving, what they use, and things like that. But even in the schools where children eat, how much of it is vegetable? Make it mandatory when you package breakfast for your kids. There must be vegetable in it. There's paprika in it. There's carrots and things like that. You switch it. So the kids are also very cautious of it. My son, who just ate an apple a day keeps the doctor away. The carrot keeps your eyes bright. So that's awareness. They have also days where they cook together with parents and kids to create an awareness, the consciousness of healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. How much exercise have you done? Did you go for a walk? And these are kids in kindergarten. So you can imagine when they grow up like that, what they think. So you're completely right that our government also needs to, wake up to this. Especially now when we're losing doctors and nurses in Nigeria.
You don't
force them to stay, but you can help the people stay healthy. Help the people be more cautious. And how do we do that? When price of food is going up, teach them how to eat healthy with the budget that they have and how they can afford it. So you're right about that.
Another thing is, so pending the time the government finally wakes up, that's why people like us we're not taking any chances. I recently did I do this, what I call Shedams and the kids. It's a campaign I take. So I go to the kids' schools. I do that annually. Then I do other projects, like I call this Blast with Shedams. This one's everybody in different communities. Who knows, I could just be in Germany anytime soon to also replicate the same thing, So, and eating healthy does not even have to be expensive. Imagine the government apportioning farmlands to people, your ewedu, your spinach, your watermelon, everything. The average malam on the road sells cut watermelon for 15 naira, pineapple 100 naira.
Even tell them the health benefit of those foods because they don't know. Tell them, mommy, if your eyes are paining, eat this. Or having calcium, you have bone, you can buy bone and cook it,
Translate it into Hausa, into pidgin languages.
My mom would tell my parents about certain food. Okay. So tell them, educate them about what it means, the little that they have, how they can use that to stay healthy. You were talking about your show with kids, and I saw you have a lot of projects that you work on, which I find very interesting because it keeps it interesting. It keeps it in people's mind what fitness is about, and it breaks this barrier of age gap or age group where it's speaking to me, but it speaks to everyone. It cuts across the board. So tell us about your new show, Dear Shedams.
It's so funny. A lot of persons think I have a weight story to tell, and for me to have been able to dish some of these projects based on the Shedams fitness vision. But this is just who I am. I just want to make a difference. I just want to make people happy and give them a second chance at life, being happy. So Dear Shedams was, if you notice, is Dear Shedams, meaning, I'm listening, I'm all ears. Share with me, your stories. Share with me, what you've passed through, your struggle, come and report people who have abused you, all those that come and tell me, So it's just like me being your confidant, with no judgment zone, So it was, of course, targeted at plus size persons, people who have health, fitness, weight issues, stories to talk about. So if you notice, since it premiered in November last year. Most of the persons who have been my guest have been on the weight loss weight journey. Some of them have not even lost the weight. Some of them are still going through. Some of them have gone through surgery. Some of them have gone through a whole. So it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly side of the story. It's like you bottling up something and you just can't wait to unleash it.
Yeah, it's an emotional journey as well. It's very emotional.
Listen,
especially all over the world, body shaming. It's a big issue. Growing up, I was very skinny. They used to make fun of me for being skinny. I can remember one time, group of avocados were like, "Auntie, you don't go eat."
Yes.
I was very skinny and I could eat a house, But it's the same thing with plus size people. People just, there's no rule that says you have to be a certain dress size or shirt size, trouser size. But the general rule is you have to be healthy. You need to live a healthy life. That means making sure I bought the scale, okay? And you're going on and on. You step on the scale, it has an app, you connect it to the app, and it can tell you how much water you have, how the density of your bone structure, this, how much layers of fat are under your skin. And then you start to like, okay, that's a wake-up call, but you don't but when you step on this thing, it tells you all those things, measures it for you against your body weight, your height, your age, and everything. So body shaming is a huge problem all over the world. But the mentality has to change, because then while the plus size, they could be going through several things, or people who are very skinny. Some of them, the health reasons. Some of them stress, and some of them could be as a reaction to drugs.
Exactly.
Especially for women, something they're on just change, or they're going through a particular treatment, and part of the effect is that they're just adding weight, that they're not even eating. So you don't know this story, you can't judge.
So, as a matter of fact, my last guest was actually, she used to be she used to be on the big side. She's a weight loss coach. She added weight because she was going through grief and she was prescribed some drugs and started blowing up. Imagine what that would be, the kind of emotional toll that was going to take on her. Even she's even a well-known coach, And one thing I've come to realize is, in the course of having all these guests speak and share, and open up, because it's a live show, so viewers get calls from different parts of the world. They also try to call in, video calls and all of that. I realized that the whole conversation becomes therapeutic. And we even leave the show better off than when they first came. And everybody's happy, So it's a fulfillment for me, like every other project I've done.
I'm glad you're doing that. It's because we always sit and wonder, how do we change the world? You change one person at a time, one project at a time.
My own is one project at a time.
You're doing really good work, because when you have something, you do something that changes the life of people or help people see themselves in a better way. Think about that hopelessness, when they can grow out of it and say there's hope for me. Oh, I can do this and be at this dress size and still live healthy. And just change the conversation and the mentality. That's like, thank God for social media, because you can change that. There's all this Photoshop people do of their pictures, and then you go and kill yourself at home. Come on. Everybody comes from different situations, different
That's it. It's worthy of note that even on these magazines, you can't be like the girl on the cover magazine, just the same way the girl on the cover magazine cannot be like you.
Also Photoshop, most of them are. So let's So you are also an author, which is the father of the part, really. He would say, yeah, I know I wanted to, but you're doing good. And I'm happy. So you're an author of 2 books. Can you confirm the names? I think one is I Am, and What Time Is It, if I'm correct?
Yeah, what time is it? And I Am Me.
I Am Me. Okay. Where can we find them?
Oh, well,
What platforms are they on Amazon? Then because when I have guests on the show and they've written books, I like to buy them, order them, and read them. Because Nigerian authors, we have to treasure you guys. Everyone has somebody that writes something. I want to read it if I know.
All right, so I think I'm out of stock. Whatever. The only thing I can do now is the ones I had reserved for myself, just for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
You know, I hope to see you sometime soon in the future. I'll definitely love to just give you.
I hope that we'll see each other.
It was while I was an undergraduate. It was basically I wrote that book. I'd said that I was supposed to spend 5 years in school. I ended up spending 7 years. So it was what time is it? It was a reflection of my life, so to speak, on how you can just allow time pass you by and just appreciating, and I actually did co-author it with a friend of mine and my brother. We at that time we had some experiences and we just had to just put something out. Then the other one, which has got to do with
you should
self-esteem.
digitalize it, make digital copies available so we can buy it.
Now that you said that thing,
yeah,
I'll look at
and
that.
then we can just download it from Amazon, just buy it. So copy.
I think that hustle has to pay, and that's another hustle.
You see what I'm telling you? You see this whole life-changing thing you're doing all over the world.
Definitely, I'll do that. Yeah.
You should.
So the second one, I Am Me, was just a little nugget where just to speak about the importance of self-esteem. I am me. People, regardless of the looks, regardless of the tribe, race, or you just have to just be yourself. And it's not about the names what people call you; it's what you answer to that matters most. So that's what I Am Me is just all about. People just need to take you for who you are. But the question is, do you know who you are yourself?
It's a big question. It sounds easy, but it's a big question. You stare yourself in the mirror and you have all these dreams, things you want to be, where you want to be. And the world is that's not gonna hide new things, you have to push and say that it doesn't matter how much time it takes, the struggles that I'm going through. Just keep your eyes on, it's, as a Christian, we were taught, when you go through things, keep your eyes on Christ,
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the problem, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just keep what you're doing, look onto him, and things will fall into place.
Exactly.
So what's one general advice that you give to people when it comes to living healthy?
All right, so it's more like I tell people you can employ the best fitness trainer. You can also engage the best nutritionist. The bottom line is nobody can be fit on your behalf. It's all about you. It's you and you and you. That's all.
Yeah, very, very wise words. When Frank, my partner, talked about speaking with you on the show, I remember that I have a friend also who has a YouTube channel, and she lives in the States, and it actually called Ziza's Corner, and she makes Nigerian food. And I got a lot of tips from her over the years about Nigerian food that I can make healthy. I can eat it here, but I can incorporate it and eat it healthy. Without putting all the oil and doing all these things, how you can make Nigerian food more interesting,
Yes.
Or you can't find beans and you want to eat more, you grab lentils and you blend it and you do all this, and it comes out like, oh my God, like, and it's all these things that we're all learning. These days you can actually, you want to eat a negusi soup or a vegetable soup, you can actually take your broccoli or your veggies, blend it into paste, and then turn it and get a binder, and then you're eating healthy. So
healthy alternatives, right?
You have to check out those healthy alternatives. The internet is your oyster. You can just different things, write it in, and it to help.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Seyi. We're really excited. We can't wait to see what else you come up with, and we'll follow you humbly and keep screaming and shouting. Your hustle no go die. So we hope that it pays not just in Nigeria, that people around the world will hear. And just as we celebrate well-known fitness guys all over the world, your story is not it's not going to be any different.
Hi guys, my name is Seyi Olusore, popularly known as Shedams, and the brain behind Nigeria's first weight loss reality TV show, the faSttest Shedda, and also a certified fitness coach. That is my own hustle. Now, what's your own hustle?
Well said, Seyi. Well said. So I wish you success in everything. I can't wait to see you when you visit Germany, and hope we get you back on the show again to talk about other projects. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
You know, people help you. You never jackpot, so thank you. We salute your hustle. Try to follow him, and we really salute his hustle. We're excited about what he's doing for the fitness in Nigeria. We're excited about his interest and what he's doing for a lot of people who have struggled with their health and weight crisis. So we wanted to say a big thank you, and we hope that we continue to hear good things about him. If you're in Nigeria and you're anywhere in the world and you're doing great stuff, doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as it's honest and it's changing things. Share your story with us. It could change your life. Don't forget to click that notification bell to get an instant update on our one-on-one interview with Seyi. Follow us on all our social media platforms, all at Nigeria Hustle. Like we always say, what's your hustle?